So, welcome to the Standard Underground Podcast. We got a very, very important guest in the house today, Median Burpee. You seen him on Wildin' Out. You seen him all over. Still
Come
working.
on now.
Man.
Come on now. Talk about it. Tell the people. Tell the people.
Oh man, the ignorance is real, dog. Power 90, very man. What's up, dog? How you living?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you, my boy?
Hey man, we just grinding, man. Keeping the head down.
I know that's right.
Man, how you been? How's family?
Everybody's good, man. Girls and they in I guess it's school. They're doing it from the house. it's virtual school now. But everybody good. We adjusting to the new normal, I guess.
Professor Burpee.
No, not with the work they doing. This ain't what I learned when I was in school.
No, they coming with all the hard math problems and all that bullshit, man.
Yeah, man. I said, look, y'all gonna have to ask the teacher. I don't know nothing about this.
So today, man, with where you've been in your career, we want to talk about risk and reward. All right. Mm-hmm. So you've been at the top of the line with, with the Nick Cannons, some more known people, Young Flies and stuff, man. So what risks did you have to take, in order to get to that position in your career?
Man, I took a major risk, bro. When I first started out, I had a full-time job. I had a kid. I was married when I first got into comedy. So just that alone, not working a regular 9 to 5, not having no benefits. I was on food stamps. we was on Medicare. You know what I'm saying? It was that chance that I took, but I took that risk. I had a job at the time before I really started pursuing comedy here in Charlotte at the Hartford Insurance, but I had a gig in New York to do comedy. They gave me that Friday off, but my gigs was Thursday through Sunday, so I wouldn't be able to come back to North Carolina until Monday, but they wouldn't give me that Monday off. So I was like, well, I'm going up there anyway. It's too big for me to miss out on this. I went up there and did it, and when I got back Monday, I got fired from my job. Yeah, I got fired. And when I got fired, I was like, well, to me, yeah, it's a loss, but it's all a part of God's plan, because being that I have this talent that he gave me and that I'm now sharing with people, and I just went to New York. That was like my first big out-of-town gig, and it was in New York of all places. And I was actually went up there, and I was funny. I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and pursue this full-time instead of trying to do everything else. And from there, it just took off. It was a grind. It was baby steps. It was going to cities for $50 and chicken wings, but it was to get my name out there so people could know that I'm funny. Y'all need to follow me, follow my journey, blah, 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 blah. And then it took off from, people don't understand. I auditioned for Wildin' Out 3 times. They told me no 2 times before I even got on. So I was like, all right. That last time, I was like, man, I ain't going. They done already told me no. I ain't about to embarrass myself again. They done seen everything I got. Mm-hmm. But my wife was the one. She was like, well, I mean, what you got to lose? You ain't got nothing here. Black women got a funny way of motivating you.
You have a point right there.
She was like, you ain't got nothing here. So what you got to lose? I was like, well, I mean, I got to get there. I'm going to have to find somewhere to stay. I literally slept in my rental car. I went to Miami. The audition was at 12 o'clock. I ain't had no money for a hotel. So I literally just rode around Miami and slept in my car until I had to fly out the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I got the call the next day, and they said, all right, boom, come on, we're going to fly you out to L.A. And I got on.
Wow. And that was going to be my next question, man, was did you ever feel like you was going to lose it all with the risk you took?
I thought I was going to lose everything. Family, money. Man, I done had so many cars repossessed. I remember I had a Dodge Nitro, a blue Dodge Nitro when they first came out. I loved it. They had everything in there. I was like, oh yeah, this is my truck, but I lost my job. So I ain't had no way to make the car payment. So I was trying to make the car payment, and I was trying to be slick. I was staying in a townhouse in Charlotte, and that's what my address was for the car. So I was like, man, I need to go to the house and get some clothes, and then take the car to my parents' house, so they won't repo my car. But I went, no lie, I went to my house. I was in there for maybe 5 minutes, getting some clothes. I came back out, truck was gone. They was over there waiting for me. I was like, bro, what? I was about to call the cops. Somebody stole my car, but then I remember, oh yeah, I'm late on my payments. Okay. Baby seat was in there. Like, it was a whole bunch of stuff in there. I had to go get all that stuff out, but I couldn't get my car. That truck got repossessed twice because I couldn't, at the time, I couldn't afford to do it.
How you explain to your wife how she acted about that?
I mean, well, she knew that I was behind on the payments. Because she knew what I was doing, but she told me, she said, all right, if you can get to the house and get your stuff and they don't take it, then go ahead and just take it over to you. You know how black people do. We try to hide a car from anybody so they won't come get it.
Right.
But I should have packed my stuff earlier and then went to my mom and dad's house, and they would have never got it. But when I was in there for 5 minutes, bro, and I came back outside panicking. Who stole my car? It was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I'm thinking somebody stole it, but the repo man that came and took my truck.
Lone Star is the black man's worst enemy, man.
Woo, boy, I'm telling you, man. I was hot. I was devastated. I was like, man, how am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? And I honestly, I don't even know. I mean, I know how I came out of it. It was all a part of God's plan. I give God, He brought me from a mighty long way.
Right.
But at the time, I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna come up out of this. Like, I don't have a car to get to my gigs. Like, after that, I ended up getting like a 2001 Ford Escort. It wouldn't go past 55 miles an hour. So I was like, bro, I had another white Camry that the door handles came off. You had to finagle the door handle just to open the car door from the outside. It was, man, I haven't been through it.
Right. So you feel like you have to say fuck it, for people to respect that grind more, or like playing it humble, trying to take the slow, easy. You said you had to try it for Wildin' Out for like 3 times.
Yeah.
At what point did you just say, man, fuck it, I gotta go. You gonna respect it, you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm going through life, but you gonna respect what I'm doing. And where has that taken you? And
Let me see. It had to be, I want to say in 2012, I was in a comedy competition that Kevin Hart was doing, the Miller Lite Comedy Search. And I was in the finals. I had just won the Charlotte region. They did Charlotte, Atlanta, New Orleans, and Chicago, I believe. I won the Charlotte region. They flew the finalists out to Vegas. This was literally the worst point in my comedy career. We go out to the finals in Vegas. We out there at the club. It's like the club holds 1,200 people. It's 1,200 people in the crowd, if not more. And then they got another 2 million watching on the stream. They were live streaming. And I bombed the worst bomb I could ever bomb on stage. I was like, bro, I messed my jokes up. I was dressed different. I looked stupid. I had on a suit with a bow tie and some fake glasses. I had rhinestones on my shoes. I was trying to look the part, but I wasn't comfortable. That's not me. I don't wear suits, man. Naeem Lynn was a judge, and Donnell Rollins, Ashley Larry was a judge. And I died in front of them, died a horrible death. And it was at that moment after the show, because I cried a little bit after that. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was like, man, I want to quit comedy. But then in the same breath, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. All I have to do is get better and show these people that I'm actually funny, that I deserve to be in the finals. They picked me for a reason. So after that happened, I was like, I'm never gonna go through this again. And that's when I really started to grind. Like, all right, but that was in 2012. I got after that, I got on a show called Joking Off on MTV back in 2015, I believe it was. And that was the first show that I had gotten on. And then after I did Joking Off, all the MTV people saw me and they were like, oh, okay. Then that's when I got on. I auditioned for a while and out in 2015, but we went out in 2016 to do the show. And I was like, all right, bet. That's when my grind started. I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm going to hit every stage I can. I'm going to use all of this to my advantage. Yeah, I was on Wild and Out. I wasn't on there long for a lot of episodes, but I'm going to use that name to push me out on the road. So when people saw that I was on Wild and Out and they saw that I had that credit, they were like, all right, well, let's book you. Let's book him. I'm going here. I'm going to Houston now. I'm going to Memphis. I'm going to Sacramento, all these different places to do comedy. And I was like, I'm not going to stop. And literally to this day, I view every crowd as if they're the crowd that's in Vegas. Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to show y'all niggas I'm funny. Right. That was just a fluke. That was just a mess up. I ain't going to do this no more. Y'all ain't going to boo me. Nigga, somebody leaned over and asked my homeboy. He said, oh, this guy sucks while I was on stage. I said, never again. No, sir. Not me.
Right. Feel that. So how's it working with them guys? You know, once you get to that level, like working with Nick, how is it? Did you go in Starstruck, or you went in by that time? You went in like you said you deserve to be here.
You know, it was in that moment when I did Wild and Out. When I did Joking Off, I wasn't starstruck. Reid was the host of that show. I wasn't starstruck with that one. But Wild and Out, it's not that I was starstruck. I was stuck in the moment of, wow, I'm here with them. Mm-hmm. I'm on the same level as Nick Cannon. I'm on the same level as Chico and Carlos and DC and Conceited and Hitman, all those dudes. Like, I'm here with them now. These are my peers. I'm used to seeing them on TV, but these are now actually my peers. I'm along with them. We here to make this show look great. Mm-hmm. And so it was when I first got there to rehearsals and all that, I was in that moment. But then once we started filming and the cameras and all that came out, I was like, all right, I'm here with them. But I'm going to show these niggas I'm funnier than all of them.
Right.
So it was like, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to dominate. I'm going to dominate. Whenever the camera's on me, I'm going to make sure that I get that moment. Because it's a science to it. The new people get on Wild and Out and they want to just shine on their own. But really, if you go at the people who are already known, like DC, like Chico, like Nick, if you go back and forth with them, those are the moments that they're going to show on TV, which makes the people who are watching remember you. True. Because it's like, oh, you stepped up to DC. Not only did you step up to him, you was funny. He went at Bean. Oh. So it's like, okay, all right, bet. Let me strategically do this so I can get that camera time so people across the world can see me on the show. And that helped. It helped a lot.
Makes sense. So so that mean that competition on that show was crazy.
Oh yeah, because everybody fighting for camera time. Everybody want to be on the camera. Wild 'N Out is a collective show. It's a lot of people, but if you don't make yourself known, you'll fall in the background and won't nobody even remember you on it. So I was like, nope, not gonna happen to me. It's not gonna be another Vegas. I'm gonna get out there. Right, exactly. In the back of everywhere I go, in the back of my mind, it's Vegas. It's like, okay, everybody who was at Vegas, y'all remember me. You gonna remember me. I was funny. I'm really funny. I'm not the person that you saw that night. So when I was on Wild 'N Out, I'm coming at everybody, Nick. I don't care who you are. I went at DC. I went at Bean. I went at Hitman. I went at Nick. I went at all of them. Like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna let y'all intimidate me out of being here.
All right, understand that. So what's your greatest reward, you think, out of all the risks that you took to get where you was? What most accomplished, thing that you have so far under your belt?
Wow, that's a good question. The biggest reward is the fact that now in the position I'm in, I'm quote unquote a respected vet. Like people know me that I didn't know knew me. Whether it's new comedians coming up or whether it's people behind the scenes in the industry, like people hit me up to come audition for this show or come do this. We want you to be a part of that. People hit me up. Hey, I got a show that I'm doing. I need a comedian. And I thought of you. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you even knew who I was. So I would say that that's one of the biggest rewards. And the fact that, well, yeah, that I'm respected. Like Nick Cannon, he meets a lot of people on a daily basis, but when he sees me, he knows me. You know what I mean? He see me like, yo, Bird, boom. He gave me his phone number off rip. I was like, whoa, Nick Cannon gave me his phone number. Oh shit. Like I got Nick Cannon's phone. Like I gotta hide people's phone number in my phone so don't nobody know who is who, so they can't look just in case something happened on my phone. Don't nobody know that this is. I'm not gonna put Nick Cannon in my contacts. I gotta put something else. You know what I mean? So the fact that those guys, DC Young Fly, they still hit me to this day, just checking on me, checking on them checking on me and my fam. I'm checking on them and their fam, and it's like wow, like these are my peers. I got to go on tour with Nene Leakes when she was doing her comedy thing. She wanted me. She picked me out to go on tour with her. Like it was, she came, her very first show when she went on tour was in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone. And the Comedy Zone said that they wanted me. Nene told them, I need 2 people on the show that's going to slay. So they picked me and this other guy. And after the show was over, Nene said, I want you to come on the road with me. I was like, oh shit. And I end up coming friends with Nene Leakes. And I'm like, nigga, I'm around all this money. Now I am around all this money. I'm like, hey, my money don't look like y'all's yet. What's going on here? I need to step my money game up. What's happening now? But the fact that we know that Nene just hit me the other day, but the fact that they still respect me enough and think of me enough to just check on me and we just have conversation between each other. That's, to me, that's a bigger reward than having the fame and the money, and it's the respect from those other people. They respect what I do, and they respect the fact that I've grinded to get to where I am now.
All right. That's big. That's big. Was it worth all the risks that you took? You know, the sleeping in your car, the losing your truck. Was it all worth it? Would you say now?
Yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, I didn't look at it like that back then because I was like, nigga, I need to get to work. I need a place to lay my head. But no, at the end of the day, it was definitely worth it because I ended up getting the goals that I set. I ended up reaching those goals at the time.
Makes sense, man. So now you reached the respect of all these peers. You know, you got Nick, you got Nene, you got DC, you got all these people reaching out to you. So you reached that level of fame, right? Are you transparent about like the risks? Well, you really are, but I have to ask: are you still transparent about all your risks that you took? You know, in the position that puts you in, because you when celebrities get to a certain point, it's like, well, they find out, but as long as they don't find out the rest of this, and I'm gonna just be quiet about it, like, or is it just real for you in that position of your life to, you know, I'm gonna be transparent about everything?
Yeah, especially as a comedian, you have to be transparent in order for the people to relate to you because the stuff that you go through, other people go through. Like somebody else had their car repossessed. Somebody else lost a job. Somebody else got fired or almost lost their marriage or they cheated on. You know, I talk about all that, man, because it all comes with the decisions that you make. So you have to be transparent in a sense to where you don't want to put all your business out. But as far as when it comes to me, I don't put my family's business out there, what they do, but the things that I've done within my life, I've laid that all on the table. It's all right, look, this is where I've been. I'm gonna take y'all on this ride. Y'all buckle up because it's a bumpy one.
In the industry, man, you hitting the road to stay focused on your marriage and what you got, you know, what you got back home. I know it's a lot of distractions on the road. So how do you deal with all that?
I'm gonna tell you,
man. I gotta know.
It's hard, bro. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie and act like, oh yeah, I've been the faithful man. No, I don't got caught up now. Well, don't get it. It's been a couple times I had a knife pulled on me because I was acting up and I did dumb stuff, bro. I was flying because when you get to that level, when you reach a point, it'll get to your head. No lie, it'll get to your head. Like I was on Wild 'N Out. I'm like, shit, I'm on Wild 'N Out. I'm finna find me a girl out here. I ain't even got paid from Wild 'N Out yet, but I was flying. I flew a chick out to LA, and I was like, ugh. What am I doing? And when she got there, that's when I was like, what am I doing? Why are you even here? This is dumb. I got in my own head. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let this chick know I'm gonna wild out. I can fly her out. It's nothing for me to buy her a flight. So I did it, and then she got there, and I was like, ugh, I don't even like you like that.
But the attitude, like she had you fooled.
Right. Like I didn't know her. I didn't know her like that. Like it was one of those, let me jump in your DMs and see what you're talking about type deal. Man, listen, it was the worst. I was in a nice hotel, 5-star hotel they had us in when we was filming Wild 'N Out. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna show these girls, you know what I'm saying? This how I'm living. This how I do. I brought her out there. This bitch thought it was her house. I'm like, no, you got to go. Get out of here.
Oh man. No. So what's the worst experience you ever had on the road, man? Like what?
Oh God.
Without trying to tear down somebody's city, but what's the worst experience you had in the city when it came to that?
Man, I'm gonna say I was on the road. When I was on the road doing shows, it's a city, Columbus, Georgia. And the hotel that they put us in, bro, it looked like something out of the movie The Shining. Like the doors, all the doors. That's why I don't trust hotels to this day. They got the doors outside that you can see, where you just walk straight from your car to your room. Right? I don't trust it. Like we had an actual key that we had to stick in the knob, turn it to get in the room. Then when you got in the room, it was old and musty. The front lobby, was selling turkey sandwiches behind the counter. I was like, oh hell no. But again, it was when I was broke. I ain't had no money to go get another hotel room. So I literally slept in my clothes that I had on, my jacket, in a chair, curled up in a chair, because I didn't want to get in the bed. I was like, bro, this has got to be bed bugs. Because another bad experience, when I was in Pennsylvania, the hotel that I stayed at the time, they had bed bugs, but I didn't know, and they tore my ass up when I got there. Like, it's in the summertime now. We in the summertime. I got on stage with a Scully long sleeve shirt. Damn near put gloves on because they tore my arms up, my head. Like the episode of Martin when he was lumped up all over his head. No lie, Drake. That's what I look like, bro. Because the bed bugs took my ass. Again, I went out and I slept in my car, like, because I didn't know. I woke up itching. I woke up at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I went and looked at the mirror, bro. I had lumps all over my head. And I was like, man, I'm going to pass out on the stage because it's so hot. But I ain't want people to see my head all lumped up. And I ain't want to talk shit about the hotel because the show that I was doing was in the hotel that I was staying in. So I was like, Nick, but I couldn't help it. I said, man, fuck this hotel. I was talking cash shit on that stage, man, because on the stage, I'm scratching like I'm a crackhead. I'm like, but I'm trying to tell my jokes. And then I was like, man, this is what happened. And I just went off. I went off.
That's the worst.
It's terrible, man. Like, I threw all my clothes away because I ain't know if I would bring the bed bugs back to North Carolina. So I was like, nah, I ain't about to do that. It was horrible, man. I'll never forget that.
Right. So we talked about, your past experiences, being with Kevin, being on Joking Off, being on MTV. Now in your career, you're doing radio with Power 8. So how's that going, during all this pandemic and whatnot?
You know what? I'm thankful that I have that job because with the pandemic going on, a lot of comedy clubs shut down. Well, everything shut down. So we weren't able to travel as comedians. We weren't able to get on the road. We weren't able to perform. So being that I'm on radio, that's a consistent check. It's like my main money is when I go on the road and I do a show at a comedy club. But because that, like, for the longest, I came to Power 98 for like a year or two. I was going up there for free, just going up there. They weren't paying me. I was just being on the radio, doing my thing. Then they finally put me on part-time. And then when they put me on part-time, I was like, this check ain't enough. Y'all telling me not to go do these shows, but y'all only paying me part-time money. I'm going to go get this money on the road. But then they put me on full time, and when they did that, the very next, that's when the pandemic. No, I'm lying. I want to say 2016 or 17. 2017 is when I got on full time, and then I was like, all right, bet I'm on. But then the pandemic hit, but we never shut down at the radio station. We kept going up there, and I'm just thankful. I thank God that I had that job and I had that consistent income coming in, because I still got kids to feed. I got a wife to provide for. So it's like, all right, I'm glad I can do this. And I'm still being a comedian. I'm still being funny on the show, on the radio show. It's just different. I'm on radio. I'm not on stage. So I don't get the feedback from the people. But in the same breath, if I'm making the people in the studio laugh, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just thankful that I still had that job.
Right. So how's it working with the great, legend of Charlotte, No Limit, and and I can't forget about Jessica either. How's it working with those guys every day?
Man, Larry has he's the GOAT of radio around here, man. He been doing it for 20 plus years, and for him to still be doing it at the high level that he's doing it, it's amazing. Actually, the reason I got on radio is because when I did that Miller Lite thing with Kevin Hart back in 2012, the regional one in Charlotte, Larry was one of the judges, and that was his first time seeing me. He kept telling me ever since that night, he kept telling me, come on up, do radio, come do radio. I was like, man, I'm a comedian. We don't get up early in the morning. We up late at night. I ain't about to wake up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to be here at 6. And no, hell no, not me. I'm getting my sleep. But that it was, I want to say 3 years he was asking me to come up there, because I didn't come up there didn't start coming up there till 2015. And that's when I started coming up, and we just clicked. He got that eye for talent. He knows the kind of show that he wants and the people that he wants on the show. So he asked me, and then he asked Jessica, and the three of us just clicked, and the show been going ever since.
Gotcha. This the last question with the radio, and we're gonna let you go, man, because we know you're a busy man. But I'm not in a position right now until this thing take off with the Standard Underground. But how annoying is it for everybody, these little rappers, and everybody says, he put this out, this person. How annoying is it, and what can you do and can't do so these dudes know, because I know you get hit with about 100 a day, at least.
Man, I get so many SoundCloud links and YouTube links. I'm like, and it's not that I don't want to listen, but everybody who sends that link out thinks that they the next big star.
Right.
So it's like, bro, I get this every day. Even when I go live on Instagram, they're like, hey, can you play my song on the radio? And I ask them, I'm straightforward with them. I'm like, for what? Like, can I come interview on the radio? For what? What we gonna talk to you about? Nobody know you. I said, radio ain't like back in the day when the radio personalities used to play a song by a new artist and then the artist take off. Nowadays, you got to already be known in order for us to play your music, or in order for us to even look at you, think about talking about you, because that's just the way that things work now with the streaming and the YouTube and all this other stuff. If you don't have big numbers before you come to radio, we not thinking about you. And they be trying to offer money. Look, how much can I pay you to play my song? Nothing, because that's illegal. Mm-hmm. We can't. I'm not gonna risk my job because you want your song played on the radio. I'm like, bro, I cannot take your money. I can't. They offer money all the time, man. They send songs to my email address. And like, hey, yo, check this out. Let me know what you think. No, I'm not gonna let you know what you think, because it's not me being an asshole, but it's me. If I listen to your song and I let you know what I think, then you feel like we have that open line of communication now.
Right. And
that's not the case. Like, I don't want to talk to you about your artist. I don't want you to bother me about your damn artist, even if you are the artist. Leave me alone. I'm still a comedian. I'm not a radio guy. I'm just a comedian who happens to be on radio.
Right.
So I don't know the ins and outs. I don't have any connections to the music industry. I don't know those people. So they think they gonna if they get their music to me, Oh, they think they out there. Oh yeah, Burp said he gonna play my song. No, I didn't. You never heard that from me.
And that's the thing, like just being around the city, you know, some of the dudes that don't nobody know of. It's like, man, how baby. I'm like, dog, you gotta look at it from a different perspective. Baby was out there throwing himself, marketing, going crazy around the city, putting posters, stickers, everything, t-shirts. Every time it was an event, I'm pretty sure he was there.
He was.
Sending out links to DMs, man. Ain't nobody looking at that. Ain't nobody listening to that. And you ain't behind yourself.
I don't care nothing about nobody's SoundCloud. I'm so sick of SoundCloud. God, I hate SoundCloud, man. God. And these songs be sounding terrible. Horrible. Some of these dudes be like, yo, man, I'm the next big thing come out of Charlotte. I'm the next baby. I'm like, no, you're not the next baby. Baby he in his own lane. You got to be the next whoever you are. Be the first whoever you are. So, but they don't care. They just trying to get their music out.
That's the risk they need to take, you know.
Right. They got to work, man. Baby got the city behind him, and then he left. And he was going to the South by Southwest out of his own pocket, paying his own way. That's when he wore the diaper out there. People talk shit about Baby for wearing the diaper, but in reality, that got attention on him. That got a whole bunch of views on World Star. Got a whole bunch of views on YouTube because a grown-ass man wearing a diaper at one of the biggest music festivals in the world.
Right.
So now everybody like, well, who is this nigga wearing a diaper? And why in the hell is he wearing a diaper? But they looked at him. Then they heard his music. They was like, oh, he ain't bad. Who is this dude? Then he come back to the city. Now everybody in the city talking about him. This nigga from Charlotte wearing diapers, whether it was good or bad. But he had the people talking about him. And then that's when he took off, man. And you can't be mad at nobody like that. You can't be mad at nobody grinding and willing to take that risk, like we was talking about, to get their name out there and to get their music out there.
All right. Hey man, I appreciate you for, you know, stopping in for the season premiere, the first episode of Standing Underground, man. Comedian Burpee, dog. Appreciate you so much, dog.
Already, man. Appreciate you, man. Whatever help you need, bro, just let me know. Just hit me. You know, I already got you. We go way back.
Man, these people don't even they don't even know who they dealing with.
Nah, they don't, bro. I appreciate you, man. You got a good show right here, bro. Keep grinding, man.
Hey, appreciate you, dog.